You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. I just got a text message. Scott, turn the text thing off. My wife is asking me, do you know your testosterone level? What? It's only a Tuesday. It's not the weekend. Of course I do. I know my number. All men should know their number. If you're being honest with yourself, are you being honest with yourself? That's what today's show is about. There's a lot of dishonesty going around. Everybody, including yours truly, has spent many, many nights at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, everything bad happens tonight, laying in bed knowing what I got to do and not being honest. And sometimes admitting I'm not being honest and yet not. When I wake up in the morning, I don't admit it. I'm not so bad about that these days, but we're going to talk about being honest with yourself today, if that's okay for you. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day. 17th season. If you're just arriving today, this is not like your dad's motivational show. It's just not. I just don't play that game. I tried before, but still, I have a couple things I have to do here to actually earn your listenership. First off, I've got to give you a boost in some way, and I'll find that way to do it. And motivation comes in lots of varieties. Sometimes it's a tactic. Sometimes it's making you feel good. Sometimes it's a motivational rhythm, if you will, triplets, things like that, the speaker stuff. Sometimes it's making you mad, kicking you in the ass. Some of the best motivation I've ever had in my life is because somebody said, get in here, we got to talk. Bam. Oh, call to Jesus. Am I right or am I right? That's a motivational thing. Am I right? Am I right? Is it true or is it true, right? You got to dig that, right? Anyway, so that's the first thing, to give you a boost along the way. The second thing is to give you a strategy you can use, something you can walk out the door today and use instantly. And frankly, I'll give you something before you leave today that you can use. In fact, if you're already listening, I already mentioned, are you being honest with yourself? You're already thinking about that. And you're thinking, maybe he's on to me. You got a camera in my house? Sure, I do. Everybody has a camera in their house, and we all tap into it. It's like Minority Report, that movie with Tom Cruise. Remember that? At the end of the day, the most important thing I have to do is attract the person who gets me, understands where I'm coming from, who finds me mildly entertaining, the guy that kind of knows his stuff and got a lot of wisdom, and will spend a little bit of time with me every single day to extract the nuggets you need. And I will slowly, over time, transform how you think. If you're not that kind of person, I highly suggest you go get somebody else, because I'm just going to be who I am. But if you hang around today, I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to be honest with me. And you're going to start thinking about yourself differently. Really? Really? My wife says, I thought the testosterone was higher. Are you? Okay. Well, I guess must mean something's going right then, right? The beard is coming in really well. Maybe that's what it is. All right, let's take a break. All right. So how to be honest with yourself. Honesty is real key here. Okay. This is really coming real close because y'all want to be podcaster and stuff like that. Here's the thing. When you start talking about stuff like this, it's easy to kind of get negative. It's easy to kind of go down that rant road. So I try not to. I tend to go down the road of being nice. Are you being honest with yourself? The truth about getting what you want in life, big generic term, if you want a better job, if you want a better relationship, any of those things. The truth about getting that is that if you don't know where you are and what's going on right now, there's no possible way that you can figure out where you want to go. A lot of people are focused, we talked about yesterday, but focused on their current. But some of you are focused off in the future with no foundation of truth. That's where I want you to be honest. So one of the quickest ways to make the life you want to be is to think about, okay, where am I right now? And be dead freaking honest about it. You know, a bad job, stressed out, I'm eating too much, I'm drinking too much, I'm not working out, I'm not doing my thing. Whatever it is, I've got this plan of something I want to do, and I just can't get myself to do it. I'm not putting the time in. What is it? Do you know where you are right now? Now, one of the quickest ways to find out is something, it could be an audit. I guess you can call it an audit. I tend to call it an inventory. And this is, if you will do this sometime in the next couple of days, you don't have to do it today because it does take some time. You're going to sit down and you're going to pull out a piece of paper or pull out a computer, a document or something like that. And you're going to be honest with yourself. You're going to write down everything. And I don't want you to be mean to yourself at all. I just want you to be very honest about where you are, what you're thinking, what you really, truly want. Honest about your bills, honest about your relationship, honest about where you live, honest about the car you drive, honest about the future, honest about how many books you're reading, honest about everything, whatever you can think about. I want you to be honest about it. The good, the bad, the ugly, everything, including the awesome. Because what I found is, I did this just yesterday on a call. I overwhelmed a gentleman with a whole bunch of honesty, which I interpret as information. I gave him a different way of thinking. It took a while to get there, but once I overwhelmed him, basically I did an inventory for him. He didn't know he was doing an inventory, but I was doing it for him. I was asking him questions and pulling things out that he was doing in his life. And eventually what happened was we got enough stuff pulled out, enough honesty on the table that he was taking notes and he started to see it, and it began to be true to him. And that takes the emotion out of it. That takes the scariness out of it. It's just like, oh, there it is. You know why? Because pretty much if you pull everything out, good, bad, and awesome, whatever, put it on a piece of paper and look at it, the emotion leaves it. Now it's a logical thing on a piece of paper. Guess what you can do? You can cross out the stuff you don't like. You can bold the stuff you do like. You can start to make change. But until you understand exactly where you are and you're honest completely with yourself, you can't do anything. You're winging it. You're trying to get lucky. But as soon as you get honest, you can choose a path. Now, here's what's going to happen. The sea is going to part. Some guy with a big staff is going to show up and say, part the ocean. And you're just going to walk right to where you want. That's going to happen. Clarity is going to arrive. And let me ask you a question. Right now, as you think about the show, as you think about what I'm talking about, somewhere in your brain, are you thinking about, I got all this crazy stuff I'm not being honest with myself about? Little things, big things, everything. Very few people are brutally honest about themselves. So take an inventory and do it before you head off on a new direction. The very first thing I do with a brand new coaching client, very first thing I do, and the new program I have coming out, it's built into that as well, is we take an inventory. We want to know what the heck is going on in your life. How are you going to fix it if you don't know the stuff that's there? Spreadsheet, piece of paper, doc, doesn't matter. Free yourself of the obstacles that are there. You will be amazed by how it goes. Now, let's have a little bit of a conversation here because we're talking about leaving the baggage behind and increasing your possibility of success. And success, that big generic term, success is happiness. That's all. It's just being content is all it comes down to. But whatever you want, you can go for it. So I want to ask you a real question right now. Is it okay if I do that? Are you lying to yourself? Are you lying to anybody else? Something going on in your life that you're doing or not doing? And you're lying to yourself about it, thinking it's okay. Almost all of us know right and wrong. Unless you're 5 years old, you probably don't know right and wrong then. Although sometimes I think kids know right and wrong better than adults do. But it's just something you're lying to yourself about. A deep inside secret that you know. That you're lying to yourself about. Can you make a change? Can you just accept it for what it is? My guess is yes, there's something. And yes, you want to change it. And maybe it starts right now. It is certainly not motivational rainbows when we start talking about being honest with yourself, but at the same time, it's motivational truth, and it's speaking your truth to yourself. When you do that, almost every obstacle you have will disappear, clarity will emerge, and while it may be difficult and you may have to find a new path, you've already begun the path. But you got to do the work first. You got to be honest with yourself. I went through that years and years ago, and I still go through it on a regular basis. And honestly, if things aren't working for me, if I can't quite get the momentum that I want on something, I just do an inventory. I evaluate whether I really want it, whether I'm doing the right things, whether I'm focused in the right direction, whether it means something to me. And if it's no, then I need to stop doing it. Okay. We have a Boost coaching call where we get together, myself, this guy, on a coaching call with you, and I work with you in deep level coaching. It's for Daily Boost Premium members. It's Thursday, August 17th at 3 p.m. We do it once a month. Go to motivationtomove.com. If you're not already a member, get signed up and join me on that call. Members, you get an email already telling you when to be there.